Hi everybody, welcome back to the second body awareness class. We are going to go into a little bit of folding flexion today, and then a little bit of lengthening through the spine also. So essentially we're going to play with finding softness to our front and then finding length and strength to the back. It will not be a super duper long lesson. This will be a shorter lesson than the first, but it has a lot of information in it, and I hope you can relax into it and go through these exercises that will also work the abdominal muscles a little bit. So you will need to have with you a comfortable surface because we will be going into like a sit-up like position. So if you have a sensitive spine, please go and grab your yoga mat or a blanket or a towel. Make sure the blanket's not too fluffy. It should be flat, just to create a little bit of padding underneath your back, and make sure it's evenly placed so that you're not worrying about any uneven surfaces. So if you need some extra cushion, run and get that. And if you're ready, then let's check in, okay? So come to stand before going down to the ground. So come to your feet and notice how you feel over both feet right now. Just breathe, let that exhale go. And notice how it feels to stand. So, in your standing position, what's working? And then walk around the space just a little bit, just to resituate yourself. Walk and then stand again. And notice how you stop yourself, and notice how you come over both feet. Are you over both feet evenly, or do you favor one foot? Okay, so now shift your weight from foot to foot and notice how it feels to go from one foot to the other foot today. Good. And then once again, in standing, notice how your torso feels. So how do you feel in your chest and upper rib cage? Do you have to hold your shoulders up? Are you pushing the shoulders open? How are you holding your shoulders and upper chest? Good. Once you feel like you've noted where you're at right now and you can remember that feeling, please come down to the ground and let's get into the lesson, okay? Good. So just come down to the ground, lengthen both arms and legs, and tune in to how you feel making contact with the ground. Good. And remember, so you are not going to be watching me as I give the lesson. You are just going to relax onto the floor. You can close your eyes if you feel like you can close your eyes and drop in. But you are not going to watch me. I'm going to guide you through this lesson step by step. Good. So please come to the floor and make yourself comfortable. Lengthen your arms and legs long and take a moment to sense yourself in this resting position. And how do your legs feel? How do your arms and upper back feel? Take a moment to bring your attention to your center while lying in this position. Good. Wherever you feel that sense of center, just notice that and take a moment to breathe into that place in your body. Take a nice deep breath. And then exhale. Do that again. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, letting it all go. Wonderful. Now, please bend both of your knees and bring both feet to stand. And allow your feet to be about shoulder width apart. So Not right under the hips, but open the feet just a little bit further so they're more like shoulder width apart. This will give you a stable position so you don't have to do a lot of muscular holding. Bring your attention to your right foot and lift the ball of your right foot up and down slowly a few times. Ground the right heel so the ball of the foot can freely lift. Can you feel the movement travel up the leg? And how far up the leg can you feel the movement? It may be very subtle, but still pay attention to it for a moment. Good, and then let that foot pause. And then bring your right hand to the back of your head. So lift your right hand up, bring your right hand to the back of your head. And you're going to lift the right elbow so it comes a little closer to the right ear, and then bring it down with ease. And then you're going to do this just a couple of times. So you're lifting that right elbow so it comes a little closer to the right ear. Your head is completely resting in your right hand. And then lower the elbow. Good, and do that one more time. Checking in with your breath. And then actually lift your head. So lift your head a little bit and then back down. And lift your head maybe 2 or 3 more times, sensing how you do this and how it feels to move. Yep, you're lifting your head just with your right arm there. And then let the elbow fall open. Lengthen your arm and bring your legs down for a moment to pause. And just sense yourself, both legs long, both arms long, tuning in to what's happening. Great, now bring both legs to stand again. So both feet to the floor, about shoulder width apart. Lift the ball of your right foot up and down, but a little bit faster this time. So tap the ball of the right foot. Let the weight go and tap it a few times. Great, let that go. Bring your right hand again. Hold your head with your right hand and really allow the head to rest in the back of that right hand, and lift your right foot from the ground so your knee comes up above your hip, closer to your chest. Yep, so the whole leg is up, and now you take a hold of the front of your right knee with the left hand. So the fingers of the left hand point rightward. Yep, so don't hold the top of the knee. Hold just below the kneecap so your left hand is in front of the knee, fingers pointing. And find a way to hold on to this leg like you're really holding it so the right hip can release. Now, bring the right elbow and right knee closer together. They don't need to touch if that feels impossible. You're going to stay with what feels comfortable. Lift your head so you orient your right elbow and right knee closer together. Do this a few times. Each time can be a new investigation. So don't just lift and repeat. Lift and question. How do I use my breath? You know, is it different if you lift on the exhale than if you lift on the inhale? You can try both and see what feels right for you. So you're still holding left hand to right knee, right elbow is coming to the right knee. Good. And then please release your arm and leg and arms to the floor, please. And notice how you feel from side to side. And please next, just track inside your body for a moment. In your attention, go down into your legs, down into your feet, and then please bring both feet up to stand. Feeling yourself internally as you bring your feet to stand, shoulder width apart. And once again, lift the ball of your right foot. Can you track the movement up your leg? Can you feel it in the knee? Can you feel the movement all the way into your right hip? Okay. Let that go. Try the left foot. So lift the ball of the left foot a couple of times and notice how it feels on this side. Is it different? Okay, leave the foot there. Bring your attention to your left hand. Please bring your left hand to the back of your head so that it rests in the palm of your hand. Lift the left elbow softly up and down a few times, tracking your breath as you lift the elbow up. Can you still breathe easily and include the movement of the elbow coming up towards the left ear and then down? You don't have to hold it too long. You're just kind of testing it out. It becomes like a flap of the butterfly wing, right? It's lifting up nicely and then going down. Good. And then hold. So next time your elbow is up, hold your head and begin to lift your head a little bit with this hand. So you're lifting left. With the left hand, lift your head up a few times and then place it down. And then lift it up and down, noticing what has to work in order to do this. Good. All right, let that go. Please bring your legs down, full rest, a full rest. Tune into what you feel move as you breathe, right? So there isn't like a right or wrong way to do this, but notice, like, do you feel the breath in the upper ribs? Is the breath in your the lower belly area, or is it everywhere? Without trying to force it, just notice where your breath is. Wonderful. Okay, leave that. Please bring your legs to stand. You're going to lift the right knee up so the foot comes away from the floor. Hold the right knee with the right hand this time. So right hand holds the right knee, not on top, but in front. And then you are going to bring your left hand to support your head. Bring the left elbow close to your ear. And lift your head so that the left elbow can come to the right knee. They come closer together. And then back to that starting position and reset. Take your time. Try this a number of times. Left elbow to right knee. You're crossing your torso here. Each time, exploring how to make it easier and softer. We're not looking to harden it. We're looking to soften. Can you exhale as you lift your head? And invite your chest to soften the next time you lift your head. Sometimes we just need a little invitation to allow your body to go where it can go. And where does your elbow and knee meet? Are they traveling the same amount, or does one move more than the other? Good. Try to stay tuned into your center, that center point about 2 inches below your belly button. And see if you can move around that center point as you fold elbow to knee together. Okay, that's all. I want you to lengthen your legs down to the ground and rest. And what do you feel within your body right now? How do your legs feel resting on the ground? How does your back feel? And very gently inhale. I would like you to puff out your cheeks and just relax your cheeks, relax your face. You can always even lick your lips. Make sure that you're not holding tension in the face and the neck. Good, let that go. And then please bring your legs to stand again, shoulder width apart. This time lift your left knee, take a hold of it with your right hand. So left knee is being held by the right hand. And now bring your left hand to hold your head. Good. And now bring your left elbow and left knee together a few times. Yeah, remember, it's not about touching. So you are just attempting to fold your front and notice what presses into the floor as you are bringing left elbow to left knee. It's not like an abdominal exercise. We're actually listening to how your body can fold, and we're listening to what presses into the floor. And asking, how can this help the movement? So how can the pressing into the floor help? How can your breath help? Good. Explore 2 or 3 more times. See what happens. Then let go of it. Take a nice rest. So unwind your arms and release. Down once again. Just taking a small pause to see how you feel right now. Please bring your legs to stand, and this time bring your left hand to hold your left knee. Yep, left hand to left knee. Remember, holding in front of the knee, trying to let go of the left hip tension. You got to figure out your hand hold to make sure that you're able to grip nicely and softly without gripping in the hip. And then bring your right hand to hold the back of your head. And lift your head and bring your right elbow across your torso towards the left knee, and left knee towards your elbow. Next time you try it, see if you can softly focus towards your center. You're folding around this center, around this midline. Good. And how can your spine and your sternum in front accommodate this movement? You're going to ask how your body can do this easier with the least amount of muscular effort. Now your abdominals are being used, but how can you do it as easily and softly as possible without any stress? So check in with your neck. Good. Exhale as you lift your head. See if this helps to soften your front. Wonderful. And then please let this side go and take a rest. Once again, bring your legs to stand. Lift the ball of your right foot. As you lift your right foot, just notice how it feels. Can you sense the movement up through the right leg and into the hip, even if it's really subtle? Try the other foot. So lift the left ball of the foot. just by lifting the foot, can you feel a difference in the whole leg? It can be challenging. All right. Now lift both balls of the feet, so right and left together. Keep the heels grounded, but lift the balls of the feet. Notice for any shift in the pelvis and lower back. And allow the movement to happen and feel yourself orient from center. So you can allow the pelvis to shift. If you lift the balls of the feet and then place them back down, lift. If you feel the lower back want to release, let it go. Now bring both hands behind your head. Bring both elbows towards your ears so your head is cradled. Inhale deeply, exhale, then lift your head. Feel what presses into the ground. And then lower your head and pause. You can even open the elbows and let them soften. And then try it again. Elbows come in. Balls of the feet will lift. Good. Your head lifts up. And then the feet can go down and the head goes down together. And then just continue to do this. Now, I'd like to invite a sense of length into your spine. So as you ground the heels and you're about to lift your head, so the heels are grounded, head is about to lift, I would love for you to lengthen through your spine. It's just a slight invitation, it's not a push. Can you sense the length of the spine as you lift your head, and then continue to go. Balls of the feet lift, head lifts, and then back down. Work this gently a few times. Lovely. Okay, let it go, everybody. Lengthen both arms, lengthen both legs, and take a nice pause. Notice how it feels to me making contact with the ground. I always like to notice what, pulls my attention. So what about your physical contact with the ground is pulling your attention? Okay, everybody, please bring your legs to stand one last time. Now bring both hands behind your head. Lift the ball of your left foot only. So it's just the left foot, left heel grounds, left foot, ball of the foot is lifting. And you're going to turn your head to look left a bit. Okay, so both hands hold your head. The left foot is flexed and you're looking left. And then lift your head in this configuration 2 or 3 times. Just feeling what presses into the floor. Feel the shape of your back. Move slowly so that you can still soften to the front while your head is turned. Good. Then switch. You're going to pause in the middle for a second. Both feet down. Hands are still to the back of your head. Then cradle your head, elbows to the ears, and now look to the right and be ready to flex the right ankle so the ball of the right foot will come up as you lift the head and you're looking to the right a bit. And do this 2 or 3 times. Good. Pause with that. Stay standing. Keep both feet standing. You can let the elbows fall open, but just rest there with your head in your hands for a second. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bring the elbows up again, so cradle your head. And now lift your head looking through the middle of your legs, so you're right down the middle again, and both balls of the feet lifting, so ground both heels. And do this a couple of times. So you're lifting your head, creating that sense of length to your back and softening to the front. Allowing the pelvis to react, so there's no need to hold the pelvis. Allow that pelvis to react. Allow the lower back to release. Sense the full body motion and soften your front as you feel length to the back. Good. Let this go. Breathe into your center as your legs go long. Legs and arms are lengthening down. Take a nice deep breath into your belly and let that go. Sense the weight of yourself making contact with the ground, and listen to your breathing. Tune in for a moment. I have a little story to leave you with, so you're just going to relax in any comfortable position that you feel right now. But I would like to share with you what I've been thinking of the past 2 days. The image of this palm tree from a memory I had came into my mind the other day, and I'd like to share why. So you know the phrase, if you don't bend, you'll break, right? So if you don't bend, you'll break. This came to me like 2 days ago, and I was thinking about the first time that I saw this like naturally in action. I was weathering my first hurricane in Miami, and I looked out my balcony window before closing the hurricane shutters, and not only was the ocean raging, but these palm trees that were once strong, erect, sturdy palm trees were literally just swaying and dipping and dancing in the wind like a fragile dandelion puff on a windy day. These trees were bending back and forth as if they were suddenly like made of elastic or something. So, why do I bring this up, and why am I leaving you with this little story? Because the concept of bending so you don't break, I think directly relates to how we use ourselves in dance technique, and in normal life as well. I like to have these concepts that I play with, but then I also bring them into my movement, and that is what being embodied means. Philosophically, you can think something, but then you can also bring it into your movement and feel it and live it. So this concept of needing to bend so you don't break, I think relates to technique. If you can think from the perspective of your dance training, I'm sure you can imagine you're standing in this nice tight fifth position, very upright, and if it's too rigid, how will you find those soft, subtle transitions that you need in order to connect your dancing? So I believe that you need both strength and softness. Strength to endure and hold these beautiful positions. Softness to fluidly travel through these positions. If you lack the softness, then the steps become linked together mechanically or abruptly, right? You can picture this. But however, if you have the softness or subtlety within your body, then you can connect your movements together in a more fluid and cohesive manner. During the Awareness Through Movement lessons that we do, we look for this concept of finding strength through a sense, like for instance today, through a sense of the spine and connecting the center and softening the front, right? So the softness is also there, the concept of softening and bending. So I saw this flexion lesson definitely relating to that concept of needing to bend and soften in order to create strength. So stand up now. Please bring yourself to standing, and let's see if we can put that into experience. Maybe you feel it, maybe you don't. You're going to honor whatever you do feel right now. But just notice, do you have softness in your body right now? But do you also have a sense of ease in support, ease in what I could call strength? Strength to stand without gripping. So I think I'm going to leave you with that. But before I leave you right away, I'm just going to have you tune in one more time to really notice how you feel in standing and to acknowledge how you feel in standing. Good. Okay, everybody. Well, we are finished for today. I thank you for tuning in again. I will provide another body awareness lesson next week, and it's a fun lesson. We are going to connect the other one that we did before. So I always enjoy giving the one I will give next week. So please tune in to the third lesson that will come up, and I hope you all are doing well, and I wish you still happy family time, happy study time, happy exploring time. And I will see you all soon. Bye. We'll see you. Bye.